This is take 2 of PawZY episode 4
You want
because
to tell them why?
I will tell them why, because Papa
Yes.
accidentally went live on Twitch. Yeah, you want a live podcast on Twitch? You're not getting it right now. You will get it one day, but not right now.
We
We are
have that in the
back.
plan.
Yeah, we are back with episode 4. Tell me why. Yes, a reference to Backstreet Boys, but most of all, something I want to sing but cannot sing right now. But this is where we get in depth with what and why we're doing what we're doing. Why mental health? Why WWA? And this question right here is most important to you. Why? Because you need to know why you're streaming, why you're putting out content, why you're delivering the message that you're delivering. And please let us know. Comments below. It's free to comment, free to like, free to subscribe. Do it. Do it now. So, with proper introduction here, the greatest wrestling association on the face of the world,
Oh
because I
dear.
did this live as well, the WWA Wrestling Federation. We are ready. Tell me why, Mr. WorldZY.
Well,
Tell me
I
why.
mean, I'd love to, but real quick, I feel I had actually. So again, we are behind the scenes. We're giving you guys literally everything. We're gonna try to be like 99% transparent with you as much as possible. The why of your stream is basically as important, if not more, than the who of your stream, meaning what you deliver. Because why sponsorships, partnerships, whatever you want to call them, they need to be sold on the why and the how. Like if you're not positive in what you are doing and like why you are doing it, it'll all come crashing down. So again, this is what we're going to talk about. Like, and some people may have not have found their why, like what they're doing. And if you're a variety streamer and that's all you want to do, that's totally fine. But some people may not have the why. And I guess I'm going to start, but we're going to talk most importantly, like why WWA and I mean, why mental health? And I think it comes with, real quick before we both get into it, like Papa, how long before you streamed, um, is this what you want to do to begin with?
Like mental health as a whole or
Yeah,
streaming?
like yeah, as a whole, as a whole.
So, mental health has been a part of me for as long as I remember. I've been in and out of counseling since I was 7.
Mhm.
Um, I've been always willing to help people, willing to change attitudes, willing to change people's mindset, and create that positive mental attitude at all possible moments. Um, but it wasn't until about 5 years ago where I finally dived deep and said, you know what, counseling is a career for me. Counseling is where people need me. Um, I love just listening to people and their stories and their issues, and just trying to provide some light, or just being that ear that someone needs a vent on. So mental
Mhm.
health has, for me, has consumed me, like literally consumed me. That's all I could talk about. Now all I talk about is mental health and Twitch, but
Yeah.
at least I've grown a little bit. I talk about one other subject, but
And
mental
that's
health.
good because I think your story, like you knew before you even hit that first time, that big red button that says record, you knew what you wanted to do. Me, I didn't. So
Mhm.
these perspectives that you guys are getting ready to listen to, um, they're literally different. And that's what's so cool about our podcast is we're not sharing the same stories and the same exact like Papa Paws is taking a different direction than when I first started. And
Mhm.
me, like it took me, and I'll explain it in a little bit. It took me quite a while to figure out what was my niche and what I liked, but more importantly, what you guys like. So, and I think Papa can agree on that as well. Like you knew that that's what you were gonna do the moment
and
you
I
started.
and I think that's important, is like, if you do know beforehand, ride and die with that thing. Ride and die
Yep.
with that message, because that's who you are. That's not just who you are. That's why you're doing this. If you don't know right away, you're gonna figure it out as you go. And like I've heard World Story off stream, on stream. Um, we've shared our stories back and forth. Um, and just tried to figure things out from there. But at the end of the day, him and I, two very different stories, two different perspectives. But this gives you an insight of not every streamer is the same.
Yep.
You're not trying to be WorldZY. You're not, and I should have pointed this way. Sorry, this way. He's over there, towards my closet. But this is not try to be WorldZY. This is not try to be PappaPaws. This is about being you, genuine, authentically you. And let me say that one more time: genuine, authentically you, because you matter. You make a difference, and if you know who you are and why you're doing what you're doing, that makes a big part. But I 100% agree with you, World. It's all about why you're doing this, and it eventually evolves. That message evolves. Who thought that my tagline this entire time would be "You are loved, appreciated, supported, and always belong here"? That became a thing. That's gonna be check PappaPaw's future channel, where it's gonna be a channel trailer. Yes, it's an idea. It's going there. I've got an idea. It's gonna be beautiful, and but we'll get to that another time. But let's get down to the real story. Let's get down to the real nitty gritty.
We're here. It's good shit, pal. That's what we're here for.
Let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Let's start with your story, because yours is a little more elaborate than mine. Mine is pretty short, simple, straight to the point. Yours kind of grew through time. So please, explain the first time you hit play on Twitch to where the WWA became your why.
Yep. And again, this is episode 4. If you guys want to listen back to it as well, we've got 3 different ones, 3 different topics there. Well, so the first one kind of blended in of who we are. So if our stories kind of, intertwine or mesh a little bit, that's okay. Cause it's building blocks to what we were talking about today. So, just, bear with us. So the first time my thing was literally just be a variety streamer, period. I knew nothing about, what I wanted to play, what I even was about. Really, I was just Evan Worlds. I ran a gym in Clearwater, Florida, and that's about it. But for PappaPaws, mental health was my wrestling addiction. I have been involved in wrestling since 2-3 years old. Whether that's amateur or just watching professional wrestling, I to this day eat, sleep, breathe that sport. It is without a doubt, it has made me who I am. It has changed me, and I stand by it. Now again, some people don't like the professional wrestling, and that's totally fine. But hey, it is what it is. But I was a pretty decent wrestler in high school. Again, wrestled in college. Unfortunately got a bunch of injuries, and we don't have to talk about accolades or any of that stuff. It's not relevant right now, but got injured, ran the gyms for a little bit, went to streaming, and now, here we are. So I can probably tell you 10 games I probably did. Escape from Tarkov, Overwatch, Minecraft, Subnautica, Spooky Scary, Spookies, House of Jump Scares, Five Nights at Freddy's, Borderlands, Red Dead Redemption, role-playing, GTA role-play. Again, I'm already naming about 10 already before I can even figure out what I was doing. So we had moved from Florida, and now I live here in Southern Indiana. And during this time, it was, again, transparency. I was in a really bad place because I lived with my in-laws, and it's my wife, myself, because the house we originally were going to have fell through. There was some inspection issues. So we're like, no, thank you. So we sat there for about 2 or 3 months with my in-laws in their full basement every day. We lived there. One of the worst times of my life. One day I took a week off streaming. Just did not want to deal with it, worry about it. And I wanted to find something different with the streaming. Like, what is going to separate me from all these other streamers? Like, I want to stand out from the crowd. And again, this is no disrespect to anyone that plays these games. Among Us. What's the new game? Like Phasmophobia. That's the new thing right now. Fortnite. all these other games. The moment this becomes huge, Fall Guys, the moment they become huge, it kills it for me instantly. I want to stand out from that crowd. So took the week off, figured it out, and I was like, I want to do something wrestling related. And the WorldZY Wrestling Association was born. Shout out to Lazy Legend. Lazy Bones is his Twitch name. Again, I give him credit for everything. He actually made that logo, the WWA logo, and I can put it up on the screen over here so you guys can look at it. The WWA. And again, for those of you that don't know what it is, you subscribe to the channel, you get a custom made character, however you want to look like. Whether like PappaPaws used to be an actual dog, now he's a professional wrestler named Ultimo Dragon. You can literally look like anything you want, and they battle it out virtually. It's all AI. You don't play. I commentate, and you build storylines and role play with it. It's unlike anything you've seen. We started at 10 people, and like one week led to another, and it slowly started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And after we get our both of our talks, I wanted to ask PappaPaws and myself more importantly, what was the point that you knew it was the big thing? But honestly, it is the most fun I've ever had in terms of work, personal, anything. I don't play video games as much as I used to because I have so much fun with this. Whether it's creating a story, creating a character, working with the writing team on how to do this. Like I have a writing team, like our own team that we come up with stories to help people and they cut promos and stuff if they want. We have it's like our own show, and it's not like where you watch a certain streamer play Call of Duty or Overwatch. It's huge. I sit there and watch, like, I will go back and watch my stuff, and I hate doing that, but I just so invested in that show and what it's about to me. But once I realized, hey, this was the reason I was taking off, it became something, man. And I knew that when streamers are like, "Oh, WorldZY runs the WWA," I knew a little bit that I was like, "All right, my days of variety streamer are done."
Mm-hmm.
I can do horror games on Thursdays or like my upcoming sponsor stream with Raid on Saturday. Those are great, but everyone will know me as the WWA or the WorldZY Wrestling Association, and it is the greatest thing that's happened to me. It is my home run swing, as we like to talk. Uh, but it didn't happen overnight. I took so much time and effort into building this, working at it, trying to get it promoted. So I didn't make this and it happened. Like it took a little bit, but once I found it and figured out how to work the system and the formula, it is something I can say that it's not a day that I feel like I'm working. It is without a doubt the greatest joy I've ever had. So thank all of you for the kind words about it. But we're gonna switch it to Papa now before we go ask some questions. You said yourself, mental health has been in your blood from basically the time you were 7 or 8 years old. Now, how did you want to translate that into the streaming world?
So because one of my friends grilled cheese, and he gets a shout out for pushing me over the top and finally saying, "Hey, build your PC and just do it." Because I've wanted to stream for such a long time, but never committed to it.
Mhm.
But finally decided to commit now during COVID, because what a better time when you're stuck at home and already playing 18 hours of video game per day. So why don't I use that energy into something else? So in my life, what I've always realized is that I'm a bit of a lone wolf, but I'm also a bit of a floater. A floater to me means someone who floats from group to group to group to group to group, um, but always makes friends with people, but never
Mhm.
creates those close, intimate, deep relationships that a lot of people have. That has been my entire life in a nutshell. I am a floater. I float around and different groups, different social circles. But every time I do host a social gathering, I try to bring all those social circles together as one and create a community built on love, appreciation, and support. And this way, inclusivity has always been inclusivity, or however you pronounce it, has always been part of my blood. I'm always has always been inclusive, always wanting to invite people in. What COVID had made me realize is that, damn, am I lonely? Damn, do I wish someone would reach out to me? Damn, do I wish that someone would just check in on me to see how my mental health or how my state of being was.
Hmm.
And it made me really think of how many people in the gaming world specifically, because most of us play games as a sense of escape, to invest ourselves in a world that doesn't exist, to get away from our own world. And I'm like, how many people on Twitch, who watch or use Twitch to stream or whatnot, are feeling the same way I'm feeling right now. And I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life. If it's just saying, hey, WorldZY, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And like really investing the time in getting to know that person and having a proper conversation with them through stream. So when I hit that go live button, yeah, I knew it was my 3 buddies coming on, but it was a conversation I could have with 3 buddies who use Twitch.
Yep.
But then it became Speedy, who was one of the first followers outside that group, and then someone else, and then someone else, and then someone else, and then there's a young guy named Yamanoki from Belgium recently who's been popping back into streams, and he's like, dude, I'm so happy you're still streaming. He's like, I love just coming to hang out and chill with you and have a conversation, because when I know WorldZY and other people might build me up and say that PappaPaws is the most genuine guy on Twitch. PappaPaws is he's super authentic. This is what you see is what you get. At the end of the day, the only thing I care about is the community. The only thing I care about is you. I could play video games all I want off stream. I could play 8 hours straight of video games off stream.
Well, that's what you're doing right after this. That's what we're both doing.
Yeah, that's what we're both doing. But at the end of the day, like, I've met so many awesome people I can play video games with now. I could play whatever video game you want me to. I'll download it. I'll play it. Will I necessarily enjoy that specific video game? No. But you know what I really enjoy? I enjoy that friendship we built. I've enjoyed that relationship we built. And to me, that's special. And that's why I hit the go play. That's my why. That's my why. It's authentically caring for people who just need it. I know some, I'm going to go back. I'm going to reference someone from today, just because I can. I just need to remember their name because they followed early or late. They came in and they found me on someone else's Discord, and they were like, I just knew that this was the place to be. I wanted to come in to say hi. I wanted to come and hang out to get to, it was Luna. Luna is her name. And Luna's like, I'm feeling real depressed and I just want to have a conversation. And this is like right at the start of stream. I was like, Luna, let's just talk. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on in your world. And this is what I'm trying to create. This is my why. This is a place where you could just say whatever you want and feel appreciated, feel supported, feel like you belong somewhere. There's something more special, something that's bigger than you and I together. And this is what Twitch should be. I'm not calling Twitch on what it is right now, but this is what Twitch really should be. It's a place to network. It's a place where you could just connect with someone on an intimate level. I know I'm like going off on a random tangent, but this is why I'm so
Still
passionate
comes
about,
together.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is why I'm so passionate about people, is because we all can make a difference in this world. And I'm just being that outlet for you right now. And I want to make your voice be heard louder than it is currently. And I want you to continue to be that voice for mental health. I don't care if you come in here and saying you're completely depressed. I also don't care if you come in and saying you are the happiest person on the planet. Both things are valid to me. Both things are worth either celebrating or supporting. And we need to work through it. So that's why
Yep.
mental health and hitting play for me is like super important. And I know you wanted to ask some questions, World, where you were going to say, I think the question you were asking earlier is, what was that big moment? What was that big moment when you knew the WWA was
Mm-hmm.
now WorldZY? This is me. This is who I am. This is my why.
Mm-hmm. And that's like, you know, it's funny. It's funny because it was the I got there was two things for me, and it in a weird way it kind of tangles with what you said. Uh, and I won't at this person. And again, it's not just one. I get this a lot. And when I say like what how good it feels or how special it made me feel, it is literally the same whether it's the first person or you are the 100th person that has said this. They all are so special to me. But it was when I just did this on Sundays, and this wasn't before doing two shows. Um, this person reached out to me and let me know that during this time once a week that they had canceled. They made sure they were not working. They made sure that their plans were arranged to be at the stream, and that they can escape from the BS going around with him, or uh, the mind games that they're going through, whether that's family, personal, or they're in their own head with whatever it may be. uh for 4 hours, 5 hours, whenever I do, uh it was their escape. One person told me that when I first, maybe 2 3 weeks into it, and to know that all I'm doing is pressing play, getting hyped up, and I'm a fan, even though it's virtual. Like it's not real. It's just e-federation. E-federation is just like esports. But getting so invested into it and believing. So when that person came up and reached out to me in a personal DM on a random day, just say, hey, like, you have no idea how much this means to me. That A, you're putting my character out there. B, I'm having so much fun with this. And like on a personal level, the escape that you are giving me from the real world, and I can come watch this. And it's not just WWA. Like, I know that I can count on you to do that. And the second thing, uh, I have different logos. So I have my tattoo as my main logo. I have the Nation Fist with the water bottle. I've got a couple others. When I knew it was big was when I got an email from Spreadshirt letting me know that my WWA merchandise is selling out quickly. Um, a E-Federation merchandise, just the freaking logo is selling out. Like, what? I never knew that this could be a thing. Like, I know people are generous enough to get the W or get the Nation, or whatever it is that they do, whether it's a shirt, hat, or a mug. It's cool. But like, when people are buying it like in bulk items of this thing, the WWA, it was just kind of like, holy shit, man. Like, this is huge. And like, I have a waiting list of for people to get in. Like, I'm still, like, I won't say how many, but I'm pretty a couple characters behind because it is so big and so fast. Like, it's so hard to grow. So when I get all these messages and people are like, hey, like, you don't understand how great that stream was. Real talk, like, my car broke down. This is happening. But for the 5 hours that you went live, everything everything was normal again. And all I'm doing is watching wrestling, telling a story, and also interacting with the chat as a part of it. So it is the coolest thing. And I'll elaborate a little bit more. But Papa, what was kind of like your moment? I know that there's probably many of reasons, but like one that stood out to you, saying like, hey, this is why I'm doing it, or this is why I went with this.
There's a couple to note. There's always that special DM that you get from someone saying this meant a lot to me. I think it had to be in the early days of like Minecraft Dungeons. Of all games to play, Minecraft Dungeons.
I'm
but
laughing because I found him there. This is where I
yeah,
found Papa.
but
So,
it was just like out of nowhere, there's like this explosion of excitement when I would go live. It was like Papa's live. Papa's ready to go. And like I'm playing a game. I don't even think people cared about the game at that point in time. Um, I'm pretty sure that game was climbing down the directory. But just seeing that explosion of love and appreciation just towards each other in chat, it was like chat was popping off just to love each other. Um, um,
exclamation point love.
yeah, exclamation mark love every single time. But it was just seeing the interaction with chat, and I'm like, wow, this is actually something special we are creating. This is something the community wants and needs, and we need to continue pushing it. The one other moment that like really sticks out to me is like I watch a lot of streams. If you know PappaPaws at all, PappaPaws has 4 tabs up at all times while watching sports and playing video games all at the same time and trying to interact with each and every one of you. Um, I just remember like I'm like full on lurking in this chat. I haven't said a single word. And out of
Hmm.
nowhere I hear you are loved, you are appreciated, you are supported, and you belong. I'm like, the frick is taking my tagline? Um
Uh,
and but the more the one thing that and I find it funny, and like I know World does it as a joke in his stream, and there's a few other streamers that actually have it as commands that use it as a joke for me too. But one, it's flattering that people will use that message, but
yep,
I know when those friends and streamers use it, they truly mean it too. But they're not just saying it for their stream and their community, but they're saying it as a whole for Twitch.
yep,
And it really makes a difference in my life. And my one buddy, every time, the first times he started watching me, this is how he explains it. He says, "The first time you said it, I was like, oh, cool, he has a tagline. The second time you said it, I was like, oh, he repeated it? Jeez. The third time you said it, I started feeling warm and fuzzy inside. And then the fourth time you said it, I was like, damn, he really does love me. He really does appreciate me. He does really support me." So those are like some moments that really like stick out to me that was like, holy crap, we're actually making a difference here. This community is actually creating something special, creating something different. Um,
and it's a
for
nod
me,
to you. That's that's what's important. It's the nod to you because I remember when you said it, and it was kind of like it's kind of like when you watch that 60-second like used car commercial and the used car guy says it like 5 times and then the remainder 5 seconds he actually just says something else like, oh, here's the quote 5 different times. We're located on blank 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 in Canada, wherever it is.
yeah.
But it's stuck. It's a thing that's stuck, and it's not like an annoying thing either. It's kind of like a when someone says it, it's not in a disrespectful manner. It's a nod. It's a like, hey, by the way, you know where I got that from? Boom! Exclamation point! So space PappaPaws. Go check them out. It is a quote that is branded you. It defines you. If anyone hears it, that's where it's from.
Mhm.
Nobody's gonna steal that shit because that is PappaPaws literally all over it. And you know, put that on a trademark, whatever it is. But like when you do something enough that people don't even like, people don't even think about it. It is
Mhm.
just autonomous. It goes straight to you. And I think that when people say that, whether it's in a joking or a genuine or an over the top manner, and there could be 100 people, there could be 5 people. But at least 90% of that is going to know who you are because you
Mhm.
made that quote. So um, it's
And
kudos.
honestly, I don't even know where it came from, to be honest. Like it came out of nowhere that
It doesn't
I
have to
didn't
come from
read.
anywhere
I
though.
know,
It's
I
where,
know,
yeah.
but it just blows my mind, and that's the moment. It's like, my goodness, maybe streaming is actually for me. Maybe this is the place I belong. This is the place where I can have those. I don't have to be a floater anymore. I could
Hmm.
I could just be Papa, and people will accept Papa for who Papa is, and I don't have to go from group to group to group to group to group. Um, I could build those intimate relationships. Um,
Yep.
and I don't know. I'm in love with it. I love this community. I love the nation, both nations here, of course. Um, but we definitely have something special, and these whys just blow our minds every single day. And sometimes it's and I'm sure it's hard for World as much as it is for me. Sometimes it's just reminding ourselves of that why.
Yep.
And like, cool, maybe I had a bad stream, and I'm like, okay, cool, I need to remind myself of that why am I
Yep.
doing this, why is it important for me to continue to do this, and I won't
It's
stop.
huge. It's huge because I've had those moments, and we'll get into it here in a little bit, but there's been multiple streamers, and you've actually stumbled upon it. Like, there will be someone streaming a game, random, and their stream is nothing but talking about the WWE, who their opponent's going to be, like role playing with it, and they're doing this on their stream, talking about it. Uh, and I'm sitting in the background and think it is the coolest thing in the world because I'm the one who created this. I'm the brainchild, and watching these people that they don't have to talk about it, they don't have to interact with it, and they play it. And I will at or shout out. I almost said at. I will shout out this person because she's such a sweetheart, and she did not have to do this. But Siren Rivers, first off, Siren Rivers, you are absolutely amazing. Thank you for everything you do. Um, Siren asked for the WWA logo a while back, no idea. And she didn't have overlays done yet. They were taking a little while. So her overlay was the WWA logo in the top right corner. And if you go to her chat and type exclamation point WorldZY, it talks and describes what the WWA is. She didn't ask me. I didn't ask her to do it. She did it because she is passionate about that. It is something she enjoys to go see and that she is a part of. And I cannot express how cool that was when I was able to show my wife that. Like, look at this. Like, can you believe that your husband's logo is on someone else's channel? Like, they're talking about this right now. It it is surreal to me, that someone or anyone would want to do that. And I know it's the same for you because you mention it with your statement and stuff like that, but like you guys spread all the love towards our way and we couldn't be more thankful. But for Papa and I, it's almost like it's a tough pill to swallow. Um and I'm not trying to speak on your behalf, but I feel sometimes when we have all this why, it's like, really? Like, me? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, I really, you guys believe in me? Like, it's just so, sometimes it's so hard to register how good you're doing and putting into the stream. And like you just mentioned, they honestly, even now, I could care less what you're playing. I'm here to watch you
Hmm.
and here to listen to your entertainment. And for me, it's just kind of like the same way. Like, people aren't even, some half of the community is not even wrestling fans, but they're so invested in this freaking thing, this federation, and they tell me how much they love it. I'm just like, really? Like, this guy, like this small town kid, and like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just a tough pill to swallow for me. What about you?
I think, and this is where I think we're very similar, is and I think you mentioned this in episode 1, is we've had some close intimate relationships, but we haven't
Hmm.
had something this special. Like,
Yeah,
World and I have never met in person. We've talked on Discord, and we've talked in streams.
this is as
Um,
close as we've got.
yeah, but there's something unique and special. It's like going on a blind date, and and just finding like the perfect person for you without actually ever having a conversation with them ever. Um,
Hmm.
I am continuously overwhelmed by the amount of love and support and appreciation that people do show me. Um, like, I don't even have words to express it. I went in someone's stream today, and they literally talked about me for 10 minutes, and I was like, I'm dude, I'm just here for you. At the end of the day, like, I just want to support you as well. And
It's
like I
it's the craziest thing, right? You just
and,
hard to put into words.
and talk about Siren again. Oh my goodness. That wonderful woman. like she just spreads so much love continuously. Like if it's towards World, if it's towards me, if it's towards other streamers as well, she just continuously showers people with love, and like I
Hmm.
super appreciate it. I can't thank her enough what she's done for me, for my stream. Um, but at the end of the day, like I think of it, I'm like, there is there's 7 million streams you could watch. There's 7 million streamers you could quote. And you're coming to quote just a guy from Southern Ontario who just is just trying to create a positive environment for people.
Yep.
Um, and I think our why also turns into why we push so hard and why we want to make a better product every single time. Why am I
Yep.
frustrated when things don't go well? It's because you believe in me. This
Yep.
community believes in me. And this is why I continue to push myself. So my why turns into motivation. My why turns into how can I be better for you? How can I be the
Yep.
best PappaPaws for you? So it's like it's a double-edged sword, and not to speak on World's behalf as well, but it's a world where it's like you now believe in me. So and I believed in myself beforehand, yes. But the fact that you believe in me makes me want to push harder because I want to show you that I could be even better than I am now.
It's a good
Um,
pressure.
and I like the pressure, don't get me wrong, but at times it does get overwhelming. It does stress
Yep.
us out. It does frustrate us because we always feel like we could do better. We always feel like the amount of times I've hopped on a call or just a message to World and say, "Wow, that was crap, man. That was straight garbage." And he'll say the
Yep.
same. That was straight garbage. Um, but but at the end of the day, we're not going to stop because you believe in us. It gives us that extra. We were able to have that 100%. You give us the extra 110%
Hmm.
that we need to continue to push forward.
And there's two things I want to get into because, uh, and I'll talk about what had happened to me yesterday. But you know, with our with our why, and a lot of the why is involving with the community. I mean, it's community is
Mhm.
everything. But I see I see sometimes where viewers don't feel like uh because they can't sub or follow or bits or like they can't do stuff that they don't feel like they can help or do something like that, but then they send maybe they can't do stuff, so they just send a message out, hey, Papa Paws, you don't understand how much I love that stream. I don't think you guys understand the, like he said, overwhelmed, and I honestly think that's an understatement. How if there's a word, please help me. The amount of love and appreciation we feel when there may be 50 people, 30 people, 20 people watching us, that one person took 10 minutes out of their time to send a message letting us know that we did a good job. And it doesn't have to be a paragraph or an essay, but that one person said something like so deep and meaningful, and then sometimes they don't feel like they can contribute much. Honestly, that means the world to me. That is everything to me. It means more to me than if I got 10 subs in a stream. I love when someone recognizes or loves what we do. And you know you've had it a bunch, I've had it a bunch, but it doesn't change. It really doesn't change with with that. And I think it's a smooth transition here to if that actually, before we go on, is there anything else you want to elaborate about with the why? Because I think there is a big thing that I'm going to discuss here that is so important with the why to mesh in. But if there's anything you want to add in, go ahead.
I can't think of anything at the top of my head, but
Hmm.
I will say in order, so there's two things that I think are so important for streaming is one, knowing the who. Who are
Yep.
you? Who
Yep.
do you want to be? And then why are you doing this?
Yep.
Are you doing this? Are you doing this to be famous? Are you doing this because you enjoy it? Are you doing it because you want to create something special? Are you doing it because you
You
want
want
to
to find
create mental health?
friends?
You
Yeah.
you want to do it to find friends? Frick, all these things, there's no great or perfect answer to it. Whatever your answer is what the answer needs to be for you. And
Yep.
I think as a streamer, who's in the public eye of other people for however long you go live that day, you need to know the answers to those questions. I most
Yep.
importantly think before you hit that start, that I accidentally hit earlier today, um, you need to know who first. Who is
Yep.
most important, but that why comes so very close, and you better find out. If not, you may not find it right away. You may know it right away, but try to find that answer for yourself because that is so important.
It is. And what I'm about to say is he hit the nail right on the head. It is so, so critical. And, finding the why. This is a rant. I took the glasses off. This is like as serious as I can get and be transparent. I won't name the company that is going to happen. It will be announced this week, and if not, next week for sure. Uh, but I to grow the stream, I got reached out with a sponsorship opportunity. And no, this is not Raid. This is a gaming supplement company, and they reached out to me, and it is a big brand. And so we had a meeting yesterday. We had a meeting, went good, but you know what the first question they asked me? The very first question, tell us about what you do. Not I don't want to know about WorldZY yet. I don't want to know about Evan. I want to know what it is that you do. Now they know what I do. They want to see if I believed in what I did, per se. And they had, after I described it, and I, confident, and they got invested in it. Like they got excited. They told me, and only a couple people know this, and I'll spread it more. There was 700 applications to 700 applications, PappaPaws, 700 applications to the community. They picked me. Why? Because they said my why was the most wholesome, the most interactive, and the most unique thing they have ever seen. One of their partners is a huge deal. Played with T-Pain before in Twitch Rivals. And you know why? They picked me because I was confident in my why. I believe in the WWA. I don't care if there's a small day, or meaning small, mean a low viewership day or sub day, follow day, whatever. I don't care if I've had an issue in the WWA where someone tried to take over my try to overtake my thing, and that's real talk. When I first started the WWA, 4 people shit all over my idea. Even they went on some my stream and shit all over it. They went on their stream to shit on it that morning before I did it. 4 people. And I'll never forget that because it's just more motivation. But that same, out of those 700 people that they spent a couple days searching for and been watching my content for a week, they chose me because they saw I believed in my why. And that is the coolest thing ever. So I'm doing this for a career. You may be doing this for a hobby or trying to find, that special someone, or you just friends to hang out with. The fact that, I make a career and this is my living, this is everything to me. And out of 700 people, they chose me because that was confident in my why. That is why it's everything. I think that when you figure out who you are, it doesn't have to be overnight. PappaPaws figured it out, but PappaPaws lived with it. PappaPaws lived with it. I was embarrassed to be called a wrestling fan because, again, ask people out in the street. With today's product and stuff, it's a little more embarrassing to say that you are a pro wrestling fan. Now, there's some good stuff out there now, and they come to the EFED world, but people go to Twitch and they now can see that and figure it out. And they're like, oh my God, this is even more of an escape because now I can feel invested and be a part of something. So the fact that that's happening and the fact that they said those things, man, not only was it special to me, but it was also a huge like light bulb saying, "Hey, listen, you got to find that why." And when you do, when that time comes and you put 110% effort into it, it defines you. It makes you. It will bring so much good to you. I promise you. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to find what we do, and when we do, it's amazing. But at least I can tip my hat at the end of the day when the time comes that like I'm 50 years old or 60 years old and I'm too old to stream anymore. Like I will always remember the WWA and what it did for me as my why.
And to just sound like a broken record and to reiterate that point, believing that why cannot be more important, more valuable for you. Um,
Yep.
when World says sometimes just like we have people who can't sub, who can't send bits, who can't send tips, who can't send money or anything. You being in chat, you being talkative in chat, you sending me that message after stream, you sending me that message in the middle of stream, you spending that time to tell me that at World you mean the world to me. This has helped me get away. You're the best escape I could possibly ask for. That means so much, and that just emphasizes that why. That emphasizes that why. It makes me believe in the product even more. Yes, I'm saying the
Hmm.
word product because after all, Twitch is a business and you're delivering a product to a consumer.
Hmm.
But I believe in my why because you believe in the why. But I also believe in my why, and if you firmly believe in your why, you can go so far in life. I don't care if your why is related to stream or not related to stream. Yeah, this is a podcast that's directed towards streamers, but it's also a podcast directed towards life. I want you to believe in your why in life. That is more
Yep.
valuable than anything in this flippin' world. And I can't say it enough
Yep.
is that
And
you
what?
need to believe in yourself.
And whether
You
you are like the top mechanic at an auto parts store, whether you are a doctor, or whether you it's something that you are passionate about, and it may be something that you start off small and build to something real. But when we talk about why, when Papa Paws meets me, and again, he knew me as this and blah blah blah, but if I'll even go a step farther. If some random person said, I want 60 seconds of what is your why, and it could be about anything, that why is something that you are so confident about. And when I mean confident, you are 110% confident. You are staring them right in the eye and explaining to them what it is, what's it about, and why you do it. And without a skip of the beat, without even, well, hell, you may not even blink. You're so damn passionate about it. But it is something that when you are so confident and believe in it so much, that's when you know it's a why. That's when you know.
and when others can see that why, and like I know we talk about when we hop into someone's stream and we see that genuineness from someone, that's part of the why I'm coming to see you. That is part of the why I'm coming to enjoy your content, to enjoy what you are, is because you already know that why. You believe in that why. And man, like I wish I wish that more people could truly see the light inside them and the gifts that they have to offer and how absolutely incredible these people are.
Yep.
Because if people knew how amazing they truly were, this world would be so filled with love and passion and support, and people would build each other's dreams up. Um, but sadly, we're in a world that wants to crush us and defeat us, and you have to be better than the other. But I'm going to tell you right now, your why doesn't have to be better than someone else. Your
Yep.
why just has to be you, and that's more important than anything else in this world.
And
Um,
just we said it before, like rise above the hate, tune it out. Like I had those four people shit all over my idea, and someone literally on their stream insulted it. Look where I'm at today. I sell t-shirts out left and right. I have, I'm almost to become a partner because of this. It don't just because someone shits on your idea or shits on your why, who cares? You're passionate about it, right? You love what you do, and it doesn't matter what it is or whatever your why is. Just because someone doesn't see that doesn't mean anything, because if you are so passionate and invested into what it is that you're doing, I'll hop on the train. Like PappaPaws' positivity and who he is as a person, like, is why I go into his streams. There is several streamers in the community that play Dead by Daylight. I don't go to watch Dead by Daylight. I go to watch them because they are so invested in the product of what it is they're doing. That gets me excited to watch them. PappaPaws can play. Wow, what was it? Genshin Impact? Is that what the name of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that you played Minecraft Dungeons when I first met you. I watch because your message and how positive and your why is why I keep coming back. And you know that literally, again, I said it before and I'll say it again. I think it's everything, and it really should be when you figure it out and people can see that. And some people may disagree with you. Who cares? But if I see you're so passionate and invested in it, it's all I need, and I'll keep coming back. You can guarantee that.
Yeah. And it's the same reason why I keep on going back to World, right? It's I grew up watching old school WWF um and WCW back in the day because I'm older than most people. But when you see someone's
Look
passion,
at this T-shirt.
yeah, exactly. When you see someone's passion, like World has for wrestling, it's so easy to see, and you just get drawn in, and it becomes a beautiful thing. And the people will come. They may not come in herds and multiply quickly, but they'll come. They'll come. You just
Yep.
have to be patient. It's all about being patient, but know that why, and either know it beforehand or find it. It takes time to
Yep.
discover what that is. But to wrap things off here, um, we need to know what to do next. We need to know what you want to see next. Um, it is free to hit the subscribe right below. We have all of our links below. Free to hit the like button. Free to
Yep.
comment. YouTube is free. You could do everything for free. Go do it.
Hell yeah.
See when we put these live next. We've got some stuff in the works. We always have some ideas, but again, this is not about us. This is about you. What do you want? What do you want to see? This is behind the scenes. This is where you get PappaPaws WorldZY 100% vulnerability at all times. And heck,
And
maybe we'll do this
on
live.
that, yeah, we were actually, I was gonna mention, we are planning to do an actual live podcast where you guys can or ask questions, get involved, just like we are. Um, and that's coming sooner rather than later. So please stay tuned for that. For those of you guys that watch, listen, that means the world to us. But with next week, we haven't really discussed it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be really busy signing with this new deal coming up, and I have to get all this like stuff and paperwork involved. Papa's been pushing. I get behind the scenes 6 days a week. Um, I mean, he's exhausted, and I am a full-time dad on top of streaming, plus a full-time husband. I think we're going to take this coming week off just to focus on what it is we're going to keep providing to you guys on the next level. We know you guys love it. Don't get us wrong. But we don't want to feel if we keep doing this every single week without figuring out what it is we do. We got 4 episodes done, but we don't have episode 5 yet. And if we come up with episode 5 24 hours before we hit that record button, not to say that we don't do a good job, but we could do a better job. So we're going to take the week off, figure out what it is we want to do. Papa's going to rest. I wish I could be doing that. But yeah, so just be patient with us. Make sure you spread it to your friends, like, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. We know there was a cluster last week, but we got it out to you as quick as we possibly can. Thank you guys for understanding that as well. And yeah, I don't know what else I got, man.
I don't know. Maybe just classic bottle bash right here for you.
I wish I
Oh,
ran out of water.
oh well, this is
I got my
this is.
jug. Where's it at?
I'm gonna do WorldZ's outro as he sends us off in whatever
Yes.
style he likes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure always remember that you are loved, you are appreciated, you are supported, and you belong in this community. Did I say that right? Probably not, but you know what? That's not my channel. That's not my punchline. Make sure you guys go drop that follow for twitch.tv/PappaPaws because he can't stop, won't stop growing. And also, make sure you check out the WorldZY Wrestling Association, free for followers, and you get the special premium access if all you do is drop that tier 1 sub. All that and more down on the channel. Make sure you follow both of us. My link tree is down below. PappaPaws is for links down below. Check us out. And as always, we will see you next time, nation. In the next one. I'm out of here.
Cheers.